If you're a homeowner, I'm willing to bet you've asked yourself this question. What is my home really worth? It's a huge question, right? That one number can literally shape your financial future. But figuring it out can feel, well, a little confusing and definitely expensive. So let's figure out if a home appraisal is the right move for you. So that's the big debate, isn't it? Is a home appraisal an absolutely necessary tool for making smart money moves, or is it just a needless cost you could probably skip? Spoiler alert, there's no single right answer. But by the time we're done here, you're going to know exactly which camp you fall into.
Okay, first things first. Before we can decide if it's worth it, we have to get on the same page about what a home appraisal actually is. So think of it this way. A home appraisal is an objective, professional opinion on your home's value. It's not a guess. A licensed appraiser comes out, physically inspects your home, its condition, its features, and then they do their homework. They dig into recent comparable sales in your area, make adjustments for any differences, and come up with a final number. Lenders especially rely on this to make sure the house is actually worth the money they're about to lend you.
All right, now for the fun part. Let's talk about the times when getting an appraisal is pretty much a no-brainer. These are the absolute green lights on your financial journey.
There are really 4 major situations where an appraisal goes from a maybe to a must-have. When you're selling, refinancing, just finished a big renovation, or dealing with some legal stuff. Let's break each one down.
Okay, if you're getting ready to sell, you know that pricing is everything. An appraisal just takes all the guesswork and anxiety out of the equation. It gives you cold, hard data. That way, you're not pricing it so high that you scare off every buyer, but you're also not pricing it too low and leaving thousands of dollars on the table. It puts you in a way stronger position when it's time to negotiate.
Now this is a big one. When you go to refinance your mortgage, your lender is almost definitely going to require a new appraisal. A higher valuation here can be a game changer. It can help you lock in a better interest rate or maybe pull out some cash for other projects. And it can finally help you get rid of that pesky private mortgage insurance. You know, PMI, that extra payment that protects the lender.
So you did it. You just finished that huge kitchen remodel, or maybe you added a whole new bathroom. That's awesome. An appraisal makes it official. It documents that new, higher value on paper. And that's super important, not just for your own peace of mind, but to make sure your homeowner's insurance actually covers your new and improved investment.
You know, in some of life's more complicated moments, like a divorce or settling an estate, you absolutely can't rely on guesswork. The courts need an impartial, objective number to make sure all the assets are divided up fairly. An appraisal provides that official, defensible valuation that everyone can point to. It's like having an unbiased referee.
And all this really points to a fundamental split, a clear dividing line. On one side, you've got these high-stakes decisions, things that are legally required or are going to have a massive financial impact. And on the other side, well, you've got general curiosity, just wanting a rough idea for planning. Knowing which side of this line you're on is pretty much the key to this whole thing.
So, we've talked about the green lights. Now let's flip the script and look at the other side, the yellow lights. These are the moments when you should really pause and ask yourself if the cost is truly justified.
Honestly, if you're just curious about your home's value, a free market analysis from a local real estate agent is probably all you need. Also, if the market is going crazy, either up or down really fast, an appraisal can be outdated almost as soon as it's printed. And let's be real, if you already know you probably won't qualify for that refi, why spend the money on an appraisal just to confirm it?
Okay, let's talk brass tacks, the costs and the risks. I like to think of an appraisal as a kind of financial toll booth. You've got to decide if where you're going is worth the price of admission.
And that price tag is real. We're not talking about pocket change here. For a typical single-family home, you're usually looking at somewhere between $500 and $800. And for bigger or more unique properties, that number can definitely climb higher. It's a real out-of-pocket expense you have to plan for.
But it's not just about the upfront cost. There's a risk too. What if the number comes back lower than you expected? A low appraisal can be a huge headache. You could limit how much you can borrow, stop you from getting rid of PMI, or even blow up a sale or a refinance deal completely. A bad number can have some serious, real-world consequences.
So we've covered the pros, the cons, the costs, the risks, the whole shebang. Now, let's pull it all together into a super simple framework to help you make the final call.
And honestly, this is the bottom line. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. It all comes down to you, your personal goals, the specific financial move you're thinking about. That's what matters. The information you get from an appraisal is only as good as the action it helps you take. So here it is, your 2-step guide.
Step 1, just assess the financial stakes. Is this legally required? Is it for a huge decision, like selling your biggest asset? Step 2, weigh those stakes against the costs and the risks we talked about. Does the potential reward of having that official number justify the price tag and the chance it might not be the number you want?
Ultimately, it all boils down to this. A home appraisal gives you a number, a single number on a piece of paper. But what's really important isn't the number itself, it's the decision that number empowers you to make. So the real question isn't just, what's my home worth? It's, what new possibility does knowing that value unlock for me?